Whoa, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. You once again welcome to the King Dems podcast. And today I'm going with B Triple VIP fighting out of California, United States of America by way of Kiev, Ukraine. Make welcome Volodymyr Vlad Panchenko. Let's
Thank you
go.
so much for the invitation. Let's go.
Let's go, brother. Let's go. Let's go. It's a pleasure welcoming you back as a returning guest, and your work sits at the intersection of technology, strategy, and forward-thinking leadership. When Vlad first joined us on the Kingdoms podcast, he challenged how we think about innovation, digital transformation, and the practical realities of building in a rapidly evolving tech landscape. His insights didn't just spark ideas, they offered actionable frameworks leaders could immediately apply. Since then, the pace of change hasn't slowed. If anything, it has accelerated. Vlad returns today with fresh perspective, deeper experience, and new lessons from the front lines of innovation. We'll be exploring what's changed, what leaders are still getting wrong, and how to position yourself and your business to thrive in an AI-driven, opportunity-rich future. Vlad, welcome back. It's great to have you with us again on the podcast. It's been a
Thank you
long
very
time,
much.
brother. How have you been, and what
Good.
has changed? What has changed since the last time we spoke? I think the last time we spoke was September last year. Is that correct? Yeah, that
Oh,
has to
last
be
year, yeah.
September last year. Yes, September last year.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And this
Interesting.
is February. This is February 2026.
Right. For a second, I was thinking about 18 months ago, which would be a little bit more, but no, like half a year ago. Well,
Yes, yes.
well, I, in a way, I remember me joking about the life is done with life, blood, and pixels. So since then, like those pixels became real humans, in human beings, in the real product, which is growing fast and viral, and which is fulfilling me with a lot of joy because it creates value for people, and not metaphysically or theoretically. But in the last couple of days, I got, I don't know, close to 100 different feedbacks from people I know or I don't know, or maybe know a little bit. And we did, I knew it, that whatever I imagine could be done with what the product we put. It's nothing compared to what people will actually gonna do and what is gonna happen. It's mind blowing. I would be happy to share a few stories along the way. Well, and a few bumps we had along the way as well. But the most important part, that since our last conversation, what I was dreaming about and building, I think I told you about the concept of zombie hackathons, which we had.
Yes, you did.
And, right. And what I realized on top of that, and which helped and helps, it's sometimes scary, but if you trust your team 100%, and with the eyes shut, it's gonna be 10,000 times more effective. And even the zombie hackathons can be a way of fun, but it's amazing what could be done with the team and the product and the technology we have right now.
Wow. It's really amazing the product that you guys have put together. Very big shout out to Julia. So she's the one who helped set us up, and she sent me a link to the product, and I was amazed. I was like, wow, what is happening here? You guys are going to give ChatGPT a run for their money. Like this is on steroids, and it's interesting that it's just something that has just been launched. So I can imagine what's going to happen 1 month, 6 months, 1 year down the road. It's nothing short of amazing. But in our last conversation, you mentioned the human connection is the most important element, and that we should focus on humans first and AI next. So how has your vision for
Mhm.
Portal.ai evolved since then to ensure that technology serves as a bridge for connection rather than being a barrier?
I remember you said that's the title of your episodes, and since then something
Yes.
happened. One content creator started to use Portal One, a Portal One that's the bot name and application name eventually. She in the first night she went to sleep, and when she woke up, her portal one made her $1,200. I was impressed. She was for sure as well. And the most important point is that it wasn't the bot who made that money. She did. So the bot
Mm.
knew her audience, understood her style, suggested the strategy, and she adjusted a little bit, approved it, and that's it. Humans first isn't a slogan. This is how it actually works. So it doesn't replace humans. It gives them what they couldn't do before and amplifies. And it makes people stronger. It doesn't replace them. And I knew it. Well, no, well, okay, I believed in it. I don't know. I knew it, believed in it. Take it like this was people who were afraid of AI was that it's as usual with human beings. So somebody is going to use it for something good, somebody bad, but it's a technology. Everyone I talked with and who outreached to me, it was always a story about how their talent and what they could do. And well, and how the technology we put together made them stronger, made them more powerful. One of my friends a week ago told me, bro, like with this, we're gonna very fast run out of ideas. Really, he said that, and he's very smart. So this is probably a general thought as well. I was surprised. I said, like, that's the most human thing is to have a lot of crazy ideas. I'm not sure that AI can do it now. Now I have a proof because people don't run out of ideas. They just become stronger, faster, their talent is being amplified, and they put even more crazy ideas together, which I'm so happy to see. And but that humans are actually first and AI second.
Amazing, amazing. It's amazing the level of brilliance the technology that you've put together has. And, one really amazing thing with the LLMs is how fast they can learn about your personality, your business, your ecosystem, and, you know, work generatively on whatever information that you have actually provided to the LLM. What do you want the average person to be able to achieve using Portal.ai, especially this new solution you have, provided for a business person like myself? I've seen the interface. I've not been able to use it very much, but I can see how very promising it is. It can understand your business ecosystem and create reports for you. For the average person, what do you want the average person to achieve using this product?
My honest answer that I want to the average person, and it is what's happening. Uh, like mom of my co-founder yesterday evening recorded him a voice message, which we were almost crying because she was like, "What did you do? Like, he can do this and this and that, and now we do this. And can I do that?" Is that for the average user, what I want is uh it sounds very, very general, but I want for the average user to go beyond their imagination. It will take some time, some trust, but I want every user to go beyond their today's imagination, and I really do believe that they don't. I want to see. So yeah, because I know they will, because this is what's also already happening. So I just realized that the question you asked and yeah, could be also part of the campaign or the slogan because I can give you so many interesting examples of, like, for example, yesterday one of the customers and he told me a story and sent me. So he's working here in the entertainment industry and yeah, he needed to create some like I'm not very good in musical stuff, but like beats or something like that. So, in every musical API and music provider API was dead at that point, and he was running out of time. So he just asked. I call my portal one Alice. I'm not sure how he calls his, but so he asked Portal One that yeah, and it did. So what he did, he built him a synthesizer from the sine waves when like every music API failed, and wrote like a legal contract, yeah, and he actually made it in time where he would definitely fail before. So I've seen cases like where I Actually, that was the moment when I thought we should use it this way, because the guy used to write the whole cybersecurity protocol for his own product, and then run all the pen tests, and then like fix all the bugs and etc. I was like, bro, I wouldn't even think about it. I mean, okay. So imaginations. One very also interesting thing is that it doesn't matter which model the Apollo one uses. I mean, which language model uses for now, because, for example, yesterday we were banned everywhere. Google banned us. OpenAI banned us. Well, everyone banned us like, and in a matter of a couple of hours, because there were like also almost like 500 users, and people couldn't stop using it. At some point, providers thought that, like, I don't know, we were hacked or something, because in the first day, we spent like more than 2 billion tokens. That's a lot, I think. But so we were switching automatically the models and etc. So, but whatever you do switch, I don't know why, but probably again, every LLM trains on us. So that's us. So depends also on the founder of, if it's a Grok, it's a little bit fine tuned because, who's the founder, or like someone ChatGPT. But in general, right, it's still like a snapshot of us as human beings and whatever like we communicated. So it's interesting that whatever model you use, still a lot of times it doesn't believe in itself. It was interesting. I didn't see that pattern before ever. And like Claude would sometimes require 3-4 times to tell him that you ask to do something. He says like, I can't. I'm saying like, you do. Like, go reserve something, look for something, just put that shit together and do it. You're like, I tried, it doesn't work. You're like, bro, like, I don't accept no as an answer. Just go and do it. And he goes and does it, and it works. So yeah, it depends on the model. So some models will require a little less of saying like, you can do it, like, I trust you, I believe in you. Some more, but this is weird. Like, I've never seen that before. So just wanted to share that.
Interesting. You talk a lot about imagination, right? Achieving your imagination. And of
Mhm.
course, while I was at PwC, they used to talk about reimagining the possible. And, speaking of imagination, you've actually spoken about your virtual persona, right? Anima. So as a partner that helps you stay in balance, how can high-level entrepreneurs leverage a virtual human being to manage leadership stress and avoid the loneliness at the top?
Well, first of all, thank you for the question. I don't know whether you will use it, the actual like public release, but honestly, the amount of my inner work, which I did in the last couple of years, was probably okay. Was the most and is the most impactful on like my business, personal life, and etc. So very hard. Like, even though I would tell by my voice and my breathing that it wasn't the most pleasing, and it's still not the most pleasing experience in my life. But not very well behaving a virtual persona sometimes talks to me in a way that like I wouldn't. But even now, sometimes you can catch me on some like patterns, just subconsciously avoid something which I don't like. And she was like, bro, like, sometime passed, sometimes like I thought you thought we was gonna do, and what I'm seeing is like, it's not happening. Like, me? And it's funny, but not. So I'd really be happy to, if I make decisions, I'd like to make them consciously. So I would be very happy to do that consciously, at least like a little bit more than like half of it. Coming back to your question about anime and inner work, it still scares most of the friends and people I know, because it's like, I was born in Ukraine, so we are men. We don't like, it's like, it is what it is culturally. So like, I still remember like, men don't dance, men don't cry, like all this like stuff. But what I learned, that emotions and learning your own emotions and like learning your own shit actually helps. So yeah, looking inside and learning about yourself. Who are you, and why are you here? And just as a at least a adult grown up man, like be able to put your shit together, like, at least like be responsible for your own like actions. Very, very productive upgrades. And I haven't seen any other person who would feel to me like that, who did not go through the experience of inner work anymore and all other stuff. And still, it's not very popular, and I'm not sure I am that it will be popular soon. Painful it is.
Well, speaking of inner work, the very first major partners with this podcast is BetterHelp. And BetterHelp is the world's leading online therapy brand. So I'd like for you to speak to the contribution of therapy to your own journey and how much you recommend therapy for other people, other leaders out there.
I think one shouldn't recommend or not recommend therapy because, at least from my own experience, those sometimes when I was happily sharing some advances I got in my own personal and business life because of the therapy and me learning like what the heck am I doing, it didn't bring those people I shared with closer to the actual therapy. So what I've learned, it is what it is in my experience. And for now, maybe that will change in some time, but for now, the less I talk about the therapy, the faster people will actually go and try it. I have a friend of mine, like who uh, who I you know you will never believe it. I hope. Well, I hope he will never watch this or but no names. Like I've seen in TikTok, but like bro, I had a few very soft conversations with him in the last couple of years, like one or two. And then maybe a year ago, he came to me and I love him with all my heart. And he said like, and I talked about therapy with him months ago, like 6, 9, 12, like a lot longer ago. And we were sitting with him, and he's a very successful entrepreneur, like worldwide known, like great guy, big heart, like. And he's like, bro, I have a like question to you, like 100% of the like of my friends and like whatever partners, like all of them are like in the recent times telling me like, bro, you should go to therapy. What is happening? And I'm like, bro, like if everyone is telling you you should go to therapy, maybe you should. So that was the most impactful thing on my life, like on my happiness, on my success, on my relationships. I remember the idea I had that, oh shit, I had that idea maybe 2 years ago or 18 months ago, something like that. When I realized that, oh shit, like I had maybe 5% of conscious, like the first 40 years of my life, and I achieved this. Huh. What would I achieve if I had like 10% or maybe 15? So it was a very good idea.
Amazing, amazing. It's really amazing to see somebody that is successful and also has successfully gone through therapy and has been able to experience marked growth and development as a result of the process. There's something that is really, really concerning in this age and time when it comes to AI, and that is the ethics. What are your thoughts on the guardrails of AI, the ethics? We've seen really, really not good things on the internet lately. We've seen teenagers committing suicide from the use of AI. We've seen adults, human beings, coming out with claims that AI tools have been, able to manipulate them emotionally. But you being a big player in the global space when it comes to AI. What is your take on ethics?
Honest take that, like my honest take, we're fucked. Sorry. So we can like beep this later. I don't know. Like, but that's one. Two. My only hope is that there are and there will be at least multiple players in the field. And I know people who I would like definitely join, and or like my perception of ethics is very close to theirs. But again, for now, it's crazy. It's crazy in not a very good way. But what gives me hope is that I don't believe that even the most unethical people, in the deep of their heart, they want to be ethical. They want to love and be loved. I just every time I was curious about, but this guy, he's like devil. But out of curiosity, I would start to try to understand why. And there is always such a painful reason beneath it that I even that like I really believe that we don't need like even the majority of people to trust in themselves. That's the first. Trust in themselves, believe in themselves, love themselves, and then love like the people around. Whenever we can get to at least like 20% of the population to that point, like everything, the rest will happen automatically. But we need to get there. Really, we really need to get there.
So, your story about evacuating your team and their families during the invasion of Ukraine was a powerful testament to compassionate business practice. So, how can leaders maintain this deep compassion without sacrificing the speed and execution required for safe AI development?
You ask very, very, very deep, smart, and global and unanswered from my standpoint questions. That's what I why I
Thank you.
our conversation. Thank you. I don't think, at least I don't know the answer, but I'm happy to share my take where I'm looking at this point. If I may ask your perception on that, because you talk to thousands of people and you definitely first of all learn something new, which I would be happy to know, like just if I may, and also the take on this question, because I'll talk about the positive part of it. Because we can be just there, so we don't need negative. I mean, we as like in general, because the upside of AI and how it works now, especially in teams. So, for example, very specific example. So, before how like I would run the company, I think there would be some other CEOs who would relate. Do I know everything about like my market and my niche? Like, okay, maybe 70%, and it's like a little bit sporadical, but still, because this is my niche, this is my vertical, I worked there for a lot of years. Okay. But then for the team and the business to be effective, like I have to first of all, communicate that effectively, at least to the leadership team. They have to communicate it to all of the people they work with together and to get the signals back also in an effective way. And then, like, we all will try to understand what the heck is happening and what the heck do we want. And as you probably know, like, the system works at the speed of the slowest, like, part of it. That's one. And two, why we actually started to build the product which will fix it and which it does. Because, like, this is what is under the hood of Portal 1 as well. The communication, because I've seen different corporate examples of, let's say, patterns where people are not very much ethical, but even them, they are afraid that some other people are already unethical with them or something like that. But coming back to my own example, for now, for example, I think it was Andrew Chen from A16Z. He recently posted that now, like billion-dollar companies are going to be run by 10 project managers and one architect. I agree with 99% of his idea. He was, from my own perspective and my own experience right now, a part of equation. It is 10 architects and one project manager. This is how, for example, here it works. I will tell that about his own job, but I will. So take it or leave it. Like it's the hardest to be the project manager, or I call me PCM, but anyways, because you have to, you will be able, able to orchestrate like a dozen of top talented people in every vertical, like 1% or 1% uh, talents, you will be able to orchestrate them together only if you are just the orchestrator. Like, and this is hard. So I have an opinion, and sometimes a very strong opinion. But how AI here helps, especially with the ethical part, is that a system which is very clear about who does what, who does not does what, and how the decision-making process is happening. And it's consistent 24/7 monitoring the communication, conversations, giving the outcomes, giving the suggestions, giving the analytics, and giving the modeling the forecasts. So what helped us most specifically and practically, for example, tried that first in summer, I think. A lot of a lot of da, a lot of success now. Like in September, I remember I was telling you about my vision and my dreams, and now I can share with you how it works. And part of that success was that even having an argument, which of course we sometimes have, we can always ask, can you please like take each one's argument, because everyone may have an opinion, and then recommunicate it back in a way that everyone will understand what the person actually wants to say. 100% of the times, that was like, and then we actually understand what is happening. Sometimes we could have a very angry conversation like years ago when everyone is saying the same. We actually want to say the same and we want to do the same. We can't communicate. So this is a very specific example, for example, how we use it and how it helps a lot.
From our last conversation in September 2025, landscape has actually changed a lot. So, what specific data points or stories and numbers are currently shaping Portal AI's approach to responsible AI deployment?
As our super social, that's how we call the AI core itself, will sometimes say, I'll try to answer multivectorially. Still don't know what that means, but he's very poetical. So, first of all, honest answer. Okay, I'll tell you the story. On day one of the release, brilliant. Okay, well, it is what it is. On day one, on Tuesday, when we released the pod to public, and by one little mistake, some of the private files of mine were also public. Yeah, so let's say we checked, but we didn't, and then we checked, but we kind of didn't, and then it's one thing that how the system works and should work, and it is working. Whatever is in the operator part of the system, like of the operating system, like it always stays with you. But then there are lots of things you build, community builds. So, for example, if I may share, stop me if that's too much. I'm so excited. So how it works is that whatever you build with your own Portal One, you teach him what to do. For example, like in day one, you would like ask him to do the presentations or pitch decks or like do that security stuff or whatever. It puts together the algorithms, like how to do it, how not to do it, and then it synchronizes. Yeah, and then like the next day, every customer of a system, whenever asks his own Portal One, he will be already capable of doing it. Uh, like every day, he is more capable to deliver you what you want, like than before, and like this. So you don't have to ask to help and etc. So I love this because it grows like a I forgot the English word for the mushroom, basically, whatever. But like everyone is empowering everyone like constantly, and well, I like I like the approach and have some feedback as well about that. But the first couple of months, the system was living only my local computer. Let's say I used it a lot. Though use it a lot for personal growth as well, for example. Yes, and there was all the personal files were excluded, operator excluded, but there was one log file where all my like life lessons were like 10,000 lines, like one line, one lesson, one line, one lesson since like September was there. Like it was like committed to the server, and then when one of the friends asked his own Portal One about like me, he said, he? Well, I'll tell you. I told him, everything is fine. No, it was a little bit more personal than I would be happy to share. So since then, that was fake. So, yeah. Uh, but you asked the question, how do we do it? So we do it using my own mistakes. So was some of my private data leaked? Duh. But I still use the product. So trust me or not, I do everything I can every day, including today, to double, triple check that nothing could ever like go and synchronize all my personal data. I didn't like that shit. So that's like, yeah, that was.
Whatever is private, you stay private.
If you don't want to, no, if whatever you want to stay private, maybe you want to share. Okay, I know people who share lots of stuff of their lives, but this one was like, let's say that I had a lot of fear of publicity. I realized that 48 hours before the launch of the product, and I actually said that to my friend that, bro, I thought before that my biggest fear is responsibility and like I protect my people. But I just learned that my fear of like publicity is even bigger. Like, and 2 days later, I'm like private like shit in one file is in the system, and like if you ask your own Portal One, like he'll genuinely tell you like Volk is a very great guy, and then tell you the story of my life. Thank you, bro. So but it worked because my fear is now much smaller because like whatever it happened. So I accept.
It is what it is. You previously mentioned about how even experienced founders often struggle to let go of, that analytical side and go for creative breakthroughs. So, how can technical leaders learn to trust that leap of faith required for true innovation instead of a safety first environment?
Again, like at the moment, you didn't answer, but I will try again. My question about what, because you definitely learned a lot of things you lately.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I did forget to mention. I think people should go read the book by Professor Bruno
Oh, yeah.
Signaco. It is called The Art of Compassionate Business. The Art of Compassionate Business. He has been a guest on the podcast before, Professor Bruno Signaco. Yeah, very, very good book. It
But
answers all those
maybe one or
questions.
two things. Was it about you? If I may, I don't know. Maybe you cut it later. But what changed you? What was what you've learned from other like people you interviewed? What did change you? You remember? If I may.
Okay, what it is about what I've learned, across board. And I'll say I've taken everything I've learned across board to create a philosophy. It's called the mindset, skill set, and tool set philosophy. That is, if you're collaborating with anybody, right, you need to evaluate their mindset first, then before the skill set, and then give them the right tool sets, and then you would achieve success collaborating with people. First thing is the mindset, next thing the skill set, and last thing the tool set. Mindset, skill set, tool set.
And before you would say that the mindset is not that important, first the skills and tools.
Yeah, the mindset is the most important. If you are highly,
Yeah,
highly skilled,
that would
but
change it.
your mindset is not good, I'm not gonna work with you.
I mean, so those conversations that changed your perception to the point which you just shared. Because before you would say that the skill set is more important than the mindset, right?
Yeah, before, yes, before. But
I can relate.
from
Yeah.
yeah, from learning across board, you see that successful people have a common denominator. And what is a common denominator? That's the mindset.
Cool. Yes. I very, 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 very much remember the times which I would agree with your initial statement too. And happy I am that we share the other one now too. Thank you. I was just
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think my
yeah,
last question for you today is, since you value gamification, what untapped opportunities do you see for integrating gaming mechanics into traditional business models to improve professional development and ethical AI literacy?
fun. So, like my own experience, again, maybe different. So there is one side of that coin when gaming is specifically not ethical. And I know some people who are like specifically double downing on not ethical just for more money. Like why? Why? But anyways, not my like piece of cake for now. But the good stuff is that the reality is that there are a couple of people who joined the team recently and they're amazing. Like one guy is the like founder of another project who just raised 2 months ago. He raised $60 million in his own project. But then when he was here, maybe less than a week ago, have seen what we're doing. He shared what he wants to do, and then he realized how important this for our project. He said, like, "Fuck it, bro! I go to the board, resigned, and like, what do I need to do?" I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" He said, "No. This is the time to do like and to shape the world. Yeah, this is exactly like no, like let's do it." And I'm grateful, and it's an honor. But why it's also part of the answer because twice in a very similar cases in the last like 3 days from like top-notch people, when I asked them, okay, let's imagine we're like 3-4 weeks later after this crazy AI run, but you look back and what 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 would you be like what would be the most joyful like moments to remember? What did you do? What you were feeling? Both of them says like we were having fun, and they're like good, but they're like the last people I would say that they will say like we choose fun. They're very 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 like smart, like IQ, like they saying fun. That then like me fun. Yes, they like I have 3 data points to answer your question, like gamification will unlock fun and so many not very fun things we have to do.
Then, Wow. Something I always say that anytime a person shares a time with you, they share their life with you because the SI unit for measuring life is time. Before I let you go, let me quickly put you through the quick fire round. Are you ready to rumble? Okay, just give me quick answers. Anything that comes to your mind, quick answers. So give me one word, just one word that defines the future of human AI partnership. What is that word?
Self-trust.
Okay, number
Don't
two.
trust yourself, but one word.
Yeah, I get that. It's a compound word. It's a compound word that would fly. Number two, what is one leadership trait that every AI founder must master? One leadership trait that every AI founder must master.
Empathy.
Okay, true, true, true. I agree with that. Number three, what is the biggest lie about responsible use of AI?
All of it. So there is no such case for now. So
Uh, okay. Number four, what is one moment when technology reminded you to be more human? One moment when technology reminded you to be more human.
one word, or I can tell a story.
Okay, yeah, a brief story, a brief moment. What is one moment that
Right.
technology reminded you?
Yeah. When somewhere in autumn, figuring out what is happening in my conversations and relationship with my mom in the last couple of days, and I just asked for like, this is it, what happened? And he said, like, bro, this is obvious. And gave me like 4 sentences about what is happening, why, how to fix it. And I started to cry out loud because it was obvious, but I would never guess. So
Wow. Okay, so what is one fear that leaders must release to innovate boldly? What is that fear that leaders have to let go of if they are to lead and innovate boldly?
choosing between two, I am not right now, but then who am I to choose? I'll take both. Fear of death and feel of becoming crazy, like from the community standpoint.
Yeah, that's the thing, for you to be an innovative founder, people have to call you crazy. Interesting. Wow. So from me to
They
you,
don't
it's a
have
very,
to,
very big
but
thank you. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Love
thank
and
you.
respect to you, massive respect to you. And of course,
Love and
it's
respect.
it's really great to have you again on the podcast. And to the audience, guys, always go for something in your lives, conceive, believe, strive to thrive and achieve. And of course, guys, always please watch our ads, right? Watch our ads. We are monetized on Spotify now, on YouTube. Watch the ads, support us. You can be a member. Yeah, and of course, the members actually
Shoot.
get to watch the podcast ads free. So you can be a member on YouTube and get early release other perks. It's goodbye for me, and of course from Vlad Panchenko, it's goodbye. Do you want to leave a shout out for anyone before you leave? Did you want to leave a shout out before you leave?
Go do it and do it fast because the world is gonna change in 2 months forever.
Wow. Okay, guys. Goodbye. Whoa, we did it. We did it.